What's good, y'all? Um, I had a family emergency yesterday, so therefore I wasn't able to go live like I said I would, but I had to be there for my family. Like, a lot of times when you walking in your purpose and, handling your business, you don't put nothing before that. Um, and it was the family, you know, that was involved, that meant something to me. And I had to be there for my sister. So, hands down, no matter what I got to do, everything gets dropped. But anyway, I just wanted to make a video today and wanted to talk about loyalty. A lot of us have been loyal to a fault, when it comes to being in romantic relationships, friends, family, any kind of relationship. We can be loyal to a fault. And you have to get to a point in your life where you understand that it's important to be loyal, because loyalty is everything, especially dealing with friendships, you know. But you have to get to a point where you know when to draw the line. You know when to be loyal, and you know when to take that shit away. Because we fail to realize at times that how we think people will perceive us, depending on what we're doing, depending on how much we love them and care for them and loyal to them, that's not how they think of it most times. You only have, if I'm fucking with you in a relationship, you only have one time to tell me that you don't want to be with me anymore. You only have one time to betray me, one time to tell me that you don't want this anymore. That's all it takes for me. And it took a long time for me to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because in the past, when motherfuckers would say that shit to me, I would try so hard to get them to stay. You see? But that's just how my heart is set up. And so I had to train myself over the years to learn that that's okay, because I used to hate myself because of that. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn that it's okay to have that type of heart, but to only give it when it's given to you. Shit has to be reciprocated. There is no me giving to you more than you giving to me. When it comes to relationships and dealing with people, you got to kind of move how they move. You know what I'm saying? Especially with women, it's about a balance with them. She wants her space, yet she wants you to be on her ass type shit. And a lot of motherfuckers can't handle that. So never allow a person to say those type of things to you and you just try to hold the fuck on. At that point, when they say that shit to you, when they tell you that they done, when they tell you that they don't want this shit no more, they don't love you no more, they don't care about you no more, let their ass go. Because even if you quote unquote convince them to stick around, truth is, mentally they already checked the fuck out. Physically they're there, but mentally they're out the relationship. And you got to kind of look at it like, even though it hurts to hear those type of things, you got to understand that that's a blessing itself, because not everybody will tell you. Out of all the females I fucked with in my life, I only had one who blatantly told me to my face that they didn't want it no more. And although at the time I was salty about it, it was something about her being honest to that degree that made me respect her. And I just, simply said, okay. Everybody else, I had to figure shit out. I had to put puzzle pieces together and shit like that, when in reality it shouldn't have been like that. You would think that people would have the respect to tell you that they don't want something no more. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there knowing that you got feelings for them, sitting there knowing that, they're watching you do all these things, trying to please them and all this shit, but deep down inside they done with you and they won't tell you. I'll be damned if I keep letting the motherfucker treat me like a yo-yo, because that's what it is. You tell me I'm done, that you done with me, cool. Most times, because of my growth now, I already know you done without you saying anything. But if I hear those words, I'm gonna walk away. And there's a lot of y'all out there that keep dealing with people. You keep trying to hold on to their coattail and beg them to stay. They don't want you no more. And the truth is, they don't have to. They don't have to keep trying with you. They don't have to keep loving you or caring for you. And in your mind, you don't really understand, because you like, I'm doing all this for you. I love you. I care for you. And they just don't have to. At any given moment, people have the right to walk away from you. People have the right to decide to go fuck with somebody else. Or, people have the right to decide they don't want to be in a relationship anymore. And you have to be okay with that. Y'all gotta quit trying so hard to make people do stuff that they don't want to fucking do. That's when you fuck yourself over. That's when you sell yourself short. And at that point, you can no longer blame them. You gotta blame yourself. You gotta stop. You gotta grow so much in life and work on self so much in life, to the point where you're gonna have to tell motherfuckers like, you gotta prove yourself to me. I ain't proving shit to you. You show me that you deserve to be here. You show me that you will do what it takes for me to decide to keep you here. You see what I'm saying? Like, some of you are so fucking valuable. So valuable. And you bring so much to the table. And the person you dealing with today, they got you bending over backwards trying to show them some shit, when in reality, they supposed to be showing you some shit. See, but that's what happens when you're loyal to a fault. Like when you're in a relationship or you're in your friendship, you can't help but to really be all in. Because when you out, you out. But when you in, you all in. And a lot of times when you're all in like that, you're so focused on being the best friend that you can be, or being the best girlfriend that you can be, or being the best boyfriend that you can be, or the best wife or the best husband, that when it's all said and done, you don't even realize that the whole time you've been trying to prove yourself and show what you can bring to the table, you don't realize that they ain't show you shit. You don't realize that at the end of the day, all they brought to the table was some ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only get one time. And that's how a lot of y'all need to be moving. Whole time, they telling you they don't want to fuck with you no more. They don't want shit to do with you no more. And you holding on to them and they just dragging you through the dirt. Even if they come back, even if you feel like you quote unquote convinced them to come back, I guarantee you that they're still on the prowl for something else different. They still searching. You thinking because they came back and y'all fucked or whatever and everything seemed to be good and going back to normal, that they're all in a relationship anymore. They're not. They still looking. And the moment they find something to replace you with, they're going to leave your ass alone. They're going to leave you right there. And you're going to be salty as fuck. When you should have just took it for what it was. Walk the fuck away. Did what it is that you needed to do in order to heal from that situation. And keep it pushing. So now in their mind, they like, okay, since you don't want to let go, I'm going to use you for what I can use you for. And when I find a replacement, or when I feel like I done used you and got what I needed to get up out of your ass, I'm going to drop you. I'm telling you, you got to understand that the way you look at shit, is not, especially between men and women, like, it's not the same. You thinking because you do this, they look at it like this. No. Whole time they like, yeah, I'm about to use the fuck out of them. Stop letting people play with you like that, bruh. Y'all too beautiful. You're too smart. You're too, you know, you got a lot going for yourself. You don't need to deal with no shit like that. You don't need to be tied down to something like that. Like, if anything, get you some hoes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm dead ass. But to call yourself being tied down with a person, to call yourself having a title with the person, whether it's just like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, whoever the fuck you deal with, for you to have a title with the person and going through that shit, that's bullshit. People got to understand that everybody is flawed. We all have something about us that could be considered toxic. We all have, you know, ain't nobody perfect. And when motherfuckers sit there and be like, oh, I love you, I care about you, and this, that, and the third, a lot of times it's only when shit is good. You see, that shit don't matter. When it's good, yes, it's cool, whatever, but that love shit and that I care for you shit matters when shit gets real. That's when I really see if you really fucking love and care about me the most. When I'm having a bad day, or I'm not in a good mood, or I have an attitude, or, you know, some shit like that. Can you still love and care for me the same as if shit was good? And a lot of y'all, the people that y'all dealing with today, it ain't even no fucking secret. You see it right before your very own eyes. When shit is good, it's good. But when it's bad, you see and you experience that they love you less. They care for you less. Or they want to fucking walk away. When I was in a relationship with motherfuckers, I never, no matter how bad shit got, no matter what arguments we had, no matter what disagreements we had, I never just said I was done. You see what I'm saying? I never said that shit. The only time I said I was done was when I was really fucking done. And a lot of times I don't even fucking say it. I just get up through. I just fall back. Or we living together, I pack my shit and I go. But a lot of y'all witness and experience that shit when shit is bad. You actually see your partner looking at you funny. If I'm dealing with a motherfucker, I wanna deal with somebody who, if they got a twinkle in their eye because they say they love me, I want to see that same motherfucking twinkle when I have an attitude, or when shit is bad. Still look at me the same. If we together and we ain't got no motherfucking money or whatever, still look at me the same. Because if you switch up on me like that, then I'm gonna look at you funny. And a lot of y'all, when y'all experience that shit from who you dealing with, you sit there and try to figure out ways to break your neck or try to make them look at you with that same fucking twinkle when in reality it shouldn't have left in the first place. But yeah, you sit there and you talk about, oh, this is the person I want to marry one day. How you gonna marry that when shit get real and they want to walk away? When nothing is ideal at the time, they want to walk away from your ass, or that's when they want to say, I'm done with you and all that shit. You gonna marry that? You gonna actually think long term about that type of shit? Because although you have good days, you're going to have more bad days than good days. And you sit there and you wonder why people like the elderly people that's been married for 50 plus years, y'all ain't gonna see 50 plus years. If a motherfucker can't see you during your disaster, they can't see you at your worst and love you and care for you still, they don't need to be there. And I've talked to several people throughout my life who sit there and they would take their flaws And they will fault themselves for their failed relationship. Yeah, everybody, when a relationship fails, 9 times out of 10, both people can be at fault to a degree. But you can't sit there and be like, well, my mouth my mouth can be wrecked at times, so that's why they walked away. Or, my attitude can be fucked up at times, that's why they walked away. Or, I shouldn't have, you start blaming yourself. That's bullshit. You got to understand that it's 2 different people from 2 different fucking backgrounds, 2 different types of beliefs. You look at love this way, they look at love this way. They feel like they care this way is the best, and you feel like the way you care is the best. But you're 2 different people trying to come together to become one. And it ain't always been easy for you to try to learn them and deal with them. But they always try to make it seem like it was just so hard to deal with you, to try to learn you. And the difference was you never complained. You didn't complain. You know what I'm saying? It was tough times and tough, you had it rough trying to learn them and care for them. And, you got to learn how to love people based off of their love language. And it's not easy, especially when you have your own love language. But you got to find a motherfucker that's like, no matter how tough it is, as long as it's not making you a victim, as long as it's not depleting you in a negative ass way, you got to find a person who, no matter what, no matter how bad your attitude is, no matter how bad your mouth can be, you got to find a person that still look at you like you the best fucking thing in the world, bruh. That's that real shit right there. You're going to get on each other's nerves. It's going to be times where y'all don't want to speak to each other, and that's fine. But to find a motherfucker that ain't going to throw in a towel and that's really going to try their hardest to learn you and love you and be consistent and never switch up, that's the shit I want. Because a lot of shit y'all own nowadays, I don't want that bullshit, that fake ass shit. Because the one thing I had to learn to do is to never stand in nobody's way. You feel me? If you feel like walking away from me is what's best for you, then so be it. You don't want to be my friend no more, so be it. You don't want to fuck with me no more, so be it. I don't ever stand in nobody's way. I move based off of how you move. You want to fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. You want to do for me, I'll do for you. Ain't nothing wrong with being loyal. You have to be loyal. That's a part of building a relationship. But you got to learn when to draw that line. Never be loyal to the point where you're depleted. Never allow a motherfucker to just have you out here like you a yo-yo. 1 minute they fuck with you, the next minute they don't. 1 minute they love you, the next minute they don't. Fuck all that. You better off by yourself. Get you somebody. If you gonna fuck with a person, you gonna be in a relationship, fuck with a person who they can see your entire storm. They can see you at your worst. And they look at you and be like, I still love you. And I still care for you. We're going to get through this. Not the motherfucker that see all of that and decide to want to walk away every time they see it. Or decide they want to throw in a towel every time they see it. You worth more than that. You want to be tied down to a motherfucker? Be tied down to someone like that. No matter how many thorns you have. No matter how hard it is to deal with your attitude or your mouth or, you know, whatever the bad is about you. Find you somebody who can embrace that shit and still love you regardless. Quit fucking with these clowns.